October 2, 2025. A luxury SUV cuts through the Arabian desert, heading toward the mountains that mark the border between the United Arab Emirates and Oman. Inside, Roman Novak, 38, a Russian cryptocurrency entrepreneur, and his wife Anna, 37, a former television reporter turned social media influencer. They're driving to meet investors. At least that's what they believe. By sunrise the next morning, both would be dead, dismembered, buried in shallow graves in the Fujairah desert. This is the story of greed, deception, and a murder plot that began thousands of miles away, orchestrated by men who thought they could get away with a perfect crime.
Roman Novak wasn't born wealthy. He built his fortune in the wild west of cryptocurrency, where fortunes are made overnight and lost just as quickly. By 2025, he was living the Dubai dream: luxury cars, designer clothes, penthouse views. His Instagram feed was a highlight reel of excess: private jets, five-star restaurants, stacks of cash. Anna documented it all. The former TV reporter had transformed into an influencer, her camera always rolling, capturing their glamorous life in the city where the super-rich go to hide their money. But behind the Instagram filters, Roman's past was catching up with him. In 2020, he'd been convicted of fraud in Russia. 6 years in prison. He served 3 before an early release in 2023. The moment he walked free, he fled to Dubai, a city famous for 2 things: luxury and no extradition treaty. He launched a new venture, Fintopio, a cryptocurrency platform that promised astronomical returns. Investors poured in millions. Over £380 million, according to later investigations. Russian authorities suspected it was another con. They just couldn't prove it yet. On October 2nd, Roman received a message. Investors wanted to meet. Serious money was on the table. The location: Hatta, a mountain resort town 2 hours from Dubai, nestled in the Hajar Mountains near the Oman border. It's remote, scenic, popular with hikers and tourists looking to escape the desert heat. It's also the perfect place to disappear. Roman and Anna got in their car and drove east toward the mountains, toward what they thought was a business meeting. They never came back. The villa was rented specifically for this purpose. Isolated, private, far from cameras and witnesses. When Roman and Anna arrived, they walked into a trap that had been set weeks in advance. The investors weren't investors at all. They were kidnappers. Led by a man named Konstantin Shakht, 53 years old, a former Russian homicide detective turned international drug smuggler. He knew how police thought. He knew how investigations worked. He planned every detail. The moment Roman and Anna stepped inside, the doors locked behind them. What happened next was brutal and methodical. The kidnappers demanded one thing: the passwords to Roman's cryptocurrency wallets. This is what's known in crypto circles as a wrench attack. Torture someone until they give you access to their digital fortune. No hacking required. Just violence. Roman tried to stall. He sent desperate messages to contacts back in Dubai. "I'm stuck in the mountains on the Oman border. I need $200,000. Urgently." But the money never came. Because Roman had a problem he couldn't talk his way out of. His crypto wallets were empty. All that Instagram wealth? The luxury lifestyle? Built on borrowed time and borrowed money. The investigators found nothing. No Bitcoin. No Ethereum. Nothing. The kidnappers realized they'd grabbed the wrong target. Roman Novak, the man who'd scammed hundreds of millions, was broke. That's when the plan changed. If they couldn't ransom him, they'd eliminate the witnesses. Roman and Anna were murdered that night. Their bodies dismembered to make identification harder. The killers buried them in shallow graves in the desert near Fujairah, roughly 90 miles from Dubai. Then they tried to cover their tracks. Shakht and his team thought they'd planned the perfect murder. They'd studied crime scenes. They knew how to mislead investigators. They kept Roman and Anna's phones active, moving them around to create false trails. Signals pinged in Oman. Then South Africa. The implication was clear. The couple had fled. Maybe back to Russia. Maybe deeper into hiding. But they made mistakes. At the rented villa in Hatta, police found traces of Anna's blood. In a rental car linked to the suspects, more blood. Near the burial site, a cache of knives. And in their rush to leave, one of the killers left behind a t-shirt. DNA doesn't lie. Emirati police, working with Russian investigators, began piecing together the truth. The phone signals were fake. The victims were already dead. The trail led back to Schacht and his crew. October 3rd, just one day after the murders, investigators found the bodies. 7 suspects were arrested. Konstantin Schacht, the mastermind. 2 veterans of the Russian-Ukrainian War, men trained in violence, who'd come to Dubai looking for easy money. And 5 younger Russians who'd helped with logistics, driving, renting properties, moving evidence, allegedly unaware they were part of a murder conspiracy. The investigation revealed chilling details. This wasn't spontaneous. It was premeditated. Planned. Schacht had researched Roman for weeks, tracking his social media, his movements, his claims of wealth. They believed the Instagram lie. And when they realized the truth, they killed to cover their tracks. Roman and Anna Novak left behind young children. Kids who will grow up without parents, raised by grandparents trying to make sense of a senseless crime. The case exploded across Russian and international media. Questions emerged. How did a convicted fraudster get into the UAE so easily? How was he operating a cryptocurrency platform under investigation? Why did no one stop him? Dubai's reputation as a safe haven for the wealthy took a hit. The city built on luxury and security had become the backdrop for a brutal double murder. But the bigger story is what this case represents. Cryptocurrency created a new kind of criminal. People who flaunt wealth online, who broadcast their locations, who advertise themselves as targets. Roman Novak posted photos of cash and cars, telling the world he was rich. Someone believed him. And someone decided to take it. Wrench attacks are increasing. In 2023, a crypto trader in Kiev was tortured for his Bitcoin passwords. In 2024, multiple kidnappings were reported across Eastern Europe and the Middle East, all targeting cryptocurrency holders. The digital age promised anonymity and security. Instead, it created a new hunting ground. Roman Novak spent years running from his past. From Russian authorities, from investors he'd allegedly scammed, from the consequences of his choices. He thought Dubai would be his escape, a place where money could buy safety. He was wrong. On October 2, 2025, his past, his lies, and his greed caught up with him on a desert road in the Hajar Mountains. Anna Novak, a woman who'd once reported the news, became the news herself, another victim of the dangerous world her husband inhabited. Their story is a warning. In the age of cryptocurrency and social media, the line between success and disaster is thinner than ever. Broadcasting your wealth might get you followers, might also get you killed. The 7 suspects await trial in the United Arab Emirates. If convicted, they face the death penalty. Roman's cryptocurrency platform, Fintopio, has been shut down. Investigators are still trying to trace where the £380 million went. The victims who invested their savings may never see their money again. And somewhere in the Fujairah desert, the sand still holds the memory of 2 people who drove toward what they thought was opportunity. Instead, they found their graves. This is the story of Roman and Anna Novak. A cautionary tale about greed, deception, and the deadly price of living a lie.